Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle one of the trickiest parts of English, the tenses. I know, they can seem like this massive, tangled web of rules, but I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to have the key to unlock the entire system.
So, have you ever felt like this? Just completely lost, trying to figure out which tense you're supposed to use? Well, you are not alone. It's probably one of the biggest hurdles for anyone learning English.
Then it's no wonder why. Officially, there are 12 main tenses. 12! Just looking at that number makes it feel like you have a mountain of rules to memorize. But what if there was a much easier way to think about it?
Right, so forget memorization. We're going to use a simple system instead. Here's our roadmap. First, we'll look at the tangle. Then I'll reveal the simple formula of 3 times and 4 aspects. We'll follow a story through time, tackle some of the most common traps, and finally, we'll talk about unlocking your story. Ready? Let's jump in.
Okay, first up, the 12 tense tangle. So, why does this even matter? Well, because getting your tenses right is the difference between someone kind of understanding you and you communicating your ideas with absolute clarity.
And here is the big secret. This isn't about having a better memory. It's about having a better system. We are not going to learn 12 different things. We're going to learn one simple, elegant formula that actually builds all 12 of them for you.
Which brings us to the solution. 3 times 4 aspects. Seriously, every single tense is built from just these 2 core ideas. This is the part where it all starts to click.
And here it is. The entire thing boils down to this simple bit of math. 3 times 4 equals 12. Every tense is just a combination of a time and something we call an aspect. That's the whole framework, right there.
So let's break that down real quick. On one side, you've got the 3 times we all know and love: past, present, and future. Easy. That tells us when something happens. Then, on the other side, we have these 4 aspects. They just describe how the action happens. Is it a simple fact? Is it still going on? Is it totally finished? You get the idea.
And here's what that looks like in action. See how this grid works? You just pick a time from a row, let's say past, and you pick an aspect from a column, like continuous, and where they meet, boom, I was working. Every single one of the 12 tenses lives inside this simple table.
Okay, theory is great, but let's make this feel real. We're going to take one simple sentence and just watch what happens to it as we move it through time using our new system.
And here is our sentence. I watch a movie. Super simple, right? A nice, clear action. So let's see what happens when we start placing this action at different points in time.
First up, the past simple. I watched a movie yesterday. The action is finished, it's done, and we know exactly when it happened. That key word, yesterday, tells us it's a specific, completed point in the past. Now let's bring it right into this very moment. The present continuous. I am watching a movie now. The action is happening as we speak. It's in progress. It's ongoing. It's live.
And now let's jump forward. Future simple. I will watch a movie tomorrow. This is just telling us about a future plan, an intention for an action that hasn't happened yet. Nice and direct.
Okay, now for a slightly tricky one. The present perfect. I have watched that movie. Notice there's no yesterday here. The action happened in the past, but it has a real connection to now. Maybe it means I don't want to watch it again because the experience is still with me. This idea of a link between the past and present is a perfect lead-in to our next section.
All right, let's get into it. Let's tackle some of the areas that cause the most confusion. By looking at a couple of these tense traps head-on, the whole system is going to become even clearer.
So here it is, probably the #1 most confusing pair in English. Past simple versus present perfect. I watched versus I have watched. I mean, they both talk about the past, right? So what on earth is the real difference?
Well, here's the key. With past simple, the focus is on a finished time. I visited London last year. The action is locked in the past. It's over. But with present perfect, I have visited London. We don't care when it happened. The important thing is its connection to now. It's an experience that is part of my life today.
Okay, let's look at another one. This time about the future. When should you use will and when is going to the right call? This one trips up a lot of people. The difference is actually all about when the decision was made. You use will for spontaneous, in-the-moment decisions. You open the fridge, you see there's no milk, and you say, oh, I'll buy some. But you use going to for a plan you made before that moment. You already decided you needed groceries, so you say, I'm going to go to the supermarket after work. It's a pre-existing plan. So there we have it. We've broken down the system, we've navigated the tricky spots.
Now let's just bring this all together and see how this new understanding really empowers you.
So, if you remember one thing, remember this. Always start with the 3 times: past, present, future. Then, just layer on one of the 4 aspects to add the detail. And please, don't think of these as just grammar rules. They're not. They are the tools you need to tell your story, to paint a clear picture, and to share your ideas with real precision.
Because that's what this is really all about. Mastering this system gives you the confidence to say exactly what you mean, whether you're talking about something that just happened a minute ago, a big plan you have for next year, or an experience that completely changed who you are.
So we've taken what feels like 12 complicated, separate rules and turned them into one simple, powerful key. The system isn't a barrier anymore, it's a doorway. And so the only real question left is, now that you have the key, what story are you going to tell?